Success and well-being for all students as they transition through school and beyond is a priority for all Queensland school leaders. School practices that support and encourage independence, employment participation, pathways and community engagement can help young people with disability and their families to have confidence in the future pathway ahead of them.
So we want our kids to move from school into post-school options, whatever that might be, and to be valued community members, to be able to work in their own community and be seen as someone who adds value. We're giving them the opportunity to experience what it's like to be in a workplace, but doing that at school with familiar faces and with a familiar environment. So they then seamlessly go into a workplace and it mirrors what we are able to provide in the school setting.
VET, to me, isn't about the students not being able to achieve. It's about finding ways that the kids, through reasonable adjustment, can achieve. So VET is very much hands-on. It's that practical application. It's building the skills to be able to get a job through practical demonstration and through gaining the knowledge to be able to be successful.
What I like about work experience is working with my work experience friends. I've worked at Wesley Industries, Makeables, Salvation Army Store and Help Enterprises.
Thomas is in Year 12 at Western Suburbs Special School. He's currently accessing a number of programs, transitioning to work. He's now gained work experience in 4 separate settings, and he's actually been offered a permanent position at 2 of those settings. So it's really exciting for us.
When I finished school, I'm going to work at Wesley Industries.
So everything we're doing at Currumbin Special School with our pathways is aimed at making sure our young people are successful in the world of work post-school. So we really want our young people to have those transferable skills so that no matter where they go post-school, they can go to different and diverse environments and be successful no matter what.
We had a deliberate mind shift in terms of moving from the more technical skills to those core skills. So we're working with our school community and the parents and the students to understand it wasn't about the tasks such as making dog biscuits, doing the laundry, doing the car washing. It was about the foundation skills to enable our young people to be successful and to have a really passionate, functional life outside of school.
So I have 2 children at Currumbin. They are still at school, but we are already transitioning to a post-school life. My son, he is working at an op shop and he is using those skills outside in the community and at home now, which is fantastic. All the instruction he's getting, he's taking that on board and he's using it at home.
At school, I've been doing my Certificate 1 in hospitality with Miss Patty. And I've learnt to use an industrial dishwasher, cleaning and hygiene. I've learnt how to work with a team, time management skills, and how to be flexible. I love it because I'll be able to use the skills I've learnt there for other places in the workforce.
So success looks different dependent on what pathway the young person is on. So for someone who's on a supported community participation pathway, their success might look like being able to regulate their emotions and be able to communicate their likes and dislikes. The most important thing I think for our students to learn is to get along with others, because those skills are transferable and they're really important whether they're in school or in post-school life.
One of the really important skills what I've learnt is to self-management and calm myself down in situations where it could be stressful. If you get overstressed, you feel like overwhelmed, you feel just want to get yourself out of the situation. So it's good to just calm yourself down and think straight. It's like, right, what should I do?
So it's a different way of thinking for our teachers in the classroom now. They're really focused on individual goals with a post-school transition focus. The biggest shift has been that they're taking ownership over what they want to do when they leave school. It's not the school deciding anymore that where they're going to go or what they're going to do. It's now the students.
So for the students with VET, they're developing a real sense of pride and knowing that they're capable of going into workplaces and achieving, which is really exciting. Having that Certificate 1 qualification at the end of school and knowing that they're getting that certificate in line with their peers is really exciting for them. And it's allowing them post-school to have those opportunities.
Work experience makes me feel really happy because that's where I get a job for when I leave school.
It's important to be flexible as an employee because just sticking to the same schedule isn't always going to work, and things change in life and you got to be ready for stuff like that. So you got to have a really flexible mindset and be ready for anything.
My favourite thing about work experience was cooking and serving food to customers. The skills that I've learned here at school are going to help me later on if I need those skills in situations to help people.
You can't underestimate how critical it is for these students to be validated and be out in the community and be contributing. They're ready and willing to take up these roles, and they can do them really, really well in the right environment with the right support. So I think everybody deserves that right to be included and contribute.
Students are going to leave here with a purposeful life in front of them and be able to achieve outcomes that are going to satisfy their lifelong dreams. And they don't achieve those unless they're able to be seen as worthwhile contributors to society.
The smiles on the students' faces when they're engaging in work experience, coming back to tell us about their journey and what they've done during the day and what they're hoping to achieve the next time they go to work experience. They're actually quite reflective in the process now. It's a really student-centred and focused, facilitated process where we can have all of those key stakeholders at the table to look at that young person's hopes, dreams, aspirations and their skills for them to be able to exit and be successful in their post-school journey, whatever that might look like for them.
Vocational education and training and work experience provide students with an insight into the world beyond school through meaningful, practical and engaging learning opportunities. This can support students to gain the skills they need to be more independent and open the door to rich conversations with families about their aspirations and dreams for the future. How does your school support authentic learning and create positive transitions to prepare every student for their future?